Hey, it's Onion here, back with our part 5, the Crystal Tower run. Full MSQ with audio, full text to audio. Please enjoy.
Ah, Onion, it is good you are come. I have news you must be made aware of. Alas, none of it bodes well for us nor for Une, Doga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm.
Think back upon our last foray into Circus Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Shanji. But you, Onion, you ensured he was laid to rest permanently. Yet the Emperor had sealed a binding covenant with the terrible voids and known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Une labored to annul this contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them, and Nero, out of our realm.
Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Une, Doga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Shanji's orders, and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We have done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would open only for Une and Doga, so too will the tower heat only those with the royal blood of Alag.
'Tis a most galling design. Granted, this was not always so vexatious, according to the elegant tombstone Nero presented us. During the golden age of Alag, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't such a technology, Aemon and his underlings could never have controlled the Crystal Tower.
But we do not have either this art or any with royal blood. Every moment we wait, a vast rift through which the cloud of darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower, and annul Shanji's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the ladder would suffice. But then what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that power could discharge and cause a calamity like to the one that destroyed Alag. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, our very world will fall before the might of this threat.
We know but one way out of this predicament: rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm, and seal the rift shut after them. And mercifully, not all our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Circus's power for our own purposes, and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm.
We have heard this is possible from a man of the Thaumaturgus Guild well versed in otherworldly matters. And with Master Garland working to create said portal, the final preparations are well underway. Ah, and here comes the man himself.
Onion. Just the woman we need.
Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors?
Quite well. The device is nearly ready, though attaching the damnable thing to Circus Tower took every ounce of ingenuity the Ironworks has got. But it should produce the energy we need. With just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge of the 8 Sentinels as guides. And do hurry, Onion. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you?
Well, Sid certainly seems to have a firm hand on the helm. Shall we make our way to the Crystal Tower?
Onion. I'll bet you're here to watch us pry open a rift between worlds, eh? We're almost ready. Circus Tower's full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power, and if a single coupling's off, well, boom. But it should be fine. Really. Anyway, you'd best wait at the top. The chiefs are overseeing the whole operation.
My friends, you've arrived. I'm just waiting for my engineers to give the signal. Then, we'll see if we can't open a gateway to another world. Is there something amiss, Graha? Ah, Emperor Shanji's throne, how the mighty have fallen, eh? Once, It stood as a symbol of Alag's art and power. Now, it's nothing more than an empty chair. Just imagine if Alagan civilization had lived on, and a just emperor still sat on that throne. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Shanji and his ambition.
There were those who tried. Shanji's war of dominion left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against Alag. These men and women became as beacons of hope to those who have suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards Alag's heart for the kill, Shanji lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Shanji desired that a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness's coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power held within Dalamud be emptied into Circus Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Circus was swallowed by the very earth upon which it once stood.
The fourth umbral calamity. I'd learned of its cause from Une and Doga. I had no idea that rebellion incited Shanji to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Alagan history is astounding, Graha. Why, a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know.
Mayhap. 'Tis strange, though, I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things.
Yes. Higgs, are you ready?
Ready and raring to open up that void gate, Chief. We reckon when this machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of the Agrius. So just give us the word, and we'll start channeling energy into the tower.
Good. Then let's get started. Our preparations are complete. Everyone, step away from the throne. All right, let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs.
Ah, a rift to the world of darkness, as Une called it. Splendid work, Master Garland.
We can't break out the mead just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the Dark Realm, but the gate's not all that stable. It won't stay open forever, and only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the Void Gate stays open.
As will the sons of St. Coinage. This rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are all truly lost. Which leaves, Onion. My friend, 'tis a heavy burden I must task you with, but there are none more able. Pray lead the adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you, save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades. But you must go, for the fate of our world now rests upon your shoulders. This is our only gambit, but I have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you have passed beyond the rift. Make certain you are prepared before leaving.
Might I have a moment of your time, Onion? There is a matter of import we must needs discuss ere you leave. Onion, I wish to speak to you about my eye. As you are no doubt aware, 'tis a trait seen only amongst Alagan royalty. Long I have pondered why such is my inheritance. The sanguine hue must have some bearing upon my destiny, this much Doga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow, meeting those 2 clones has wrought great change in me. I am consumed with remembering something. Something ancient, but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the self-same ones his father told him, the truth of our eye rests with a lag. Mayhap what I wish to remember and these words are related. Mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with mine own two eyes. So I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. You have my thanks, my friend. Now, let us venture into the world of darkness, to save our comrades and our realm.
Alright, I'm going to stop this one here for part 5, and part 6 will go in, tips and tricks, and finish up the last part of the quest. Alright, see you in the next one.